Why didn't I scale my business to $100,000 a month in revenue, my Amazon business? This is what we are going to talk about in today's video. So it's going to be one of those videos that are a little bit more relaxed. You just see it from my stance. I'm just holding the mic like this, which is not necessarily super comfortable. So I'm sorry if there's a lot of mic noise because I'm moving the mic around. But yeah, this is something that we are going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to share my story a little bit more because a lot of you guys actually know my story a little bit. But I'm going to share my story a little bit more with you guys today, and you are going to understand why I chose. Because yes, it was a choice to not do it and to keep my business in maintenance mode. Before we start, if you need help scaling your business to that point, you have two options. I have a mentorship program that is sold out. So if you want to join the waitlist, but I also offer one-on-one coaching. So if you need help, book a call, link in the description. We are going to go over what is avoiding you to actually reach that number, and we are going to build a plan for you to actually reach it as soon as possible. Also, you're going to find an ebook, okay, that is going to teach you how to source my full strategy. Get the ebooks, read it, ask any questions you want about it in the Discord server or in a coaching call, and this will bring you to new heights. But let's dive into the video. As I said in today's video, I'm going to tell you why I did choose to not scale my Amazon business during specifically this Q4, but the goal was to scale $100,000 way before that. And to tell you this story, I need to tell you my personal story because the choice that I made come from my personal story. So, you guys know I live in Miami. Right now, I'm traveling, and I've been traveling for 6 months, okay? I'm overseas right now. Currently, the place at which I'm actually shooting this video is the house I grew up in Belgium. And before I actually came back during the month of June, I had not been able to travel back home for 5 or 6 years, something like that. I had not seen my family for five to 6 years. I had not seen my friends, the people I grew up with. I missed a lot of events. And yeah, I was stuck in Miami, which is not that bad of a thing. I was not stuck in Afghanistan. I was stuck in Miami for 5 to 6 years because I was a student. I was studying in Miami and I graduated. And then after that, because of COVID, it took a long time for immigration to actually process my paper and all that stuff. And I was in a change of status that lasted like 3 to 4 years. So I graduated. The thing is this. The last time I went back to Belgium was, I think it was not the summer before I graduated, but it was the summer before. And so during the summer that before I graduated, I did a lot of things. I was grinding, and I made the decision to actually not come back home because I was focused on the plan. But the truth is that right after that, COVID hit. Okay, and because of that, COVID hits restriction. If I left the US, I would not have been able to come back, all that stuff. And at that time, I could have traveled, by the way, because I still had I had a working permit. And so I could have traveled at that time and come back to Belgium. But the thing is that if I was in Belgium, I would have not been able to go back to the US because of the COVID things and like the borders being shut down for people like me. So because of that, I did not travel, and me and my family talked a lot about it, and we said it's better for me to actually stay in the US and to not come back, and I'll come back whenever I'm able to come back. So the big thing is that after that, immigration actually shut down during COVID, which did not impact me that much at that time because my immigration was still in order and all that stuff. But what happened after that is that because of the shutdown, whenever I had to actually apply, right, for a new visa, for a change of status, to actually get another status in the US because I was not a student anymore and my working visa was over, there were huge delays in processing cases, and something that used to take 3 months to be done took more than 2 years. So I applied for a change of status, and it took 2 years to actually for me to actually receive an answer. The issue is that when you actually do a change of status in the US, and you may not know it if you are an American or if you are not living in the US, when you do a change of status, you are not allowed to leave the country or the process will be abandoned. Okay, it means that you basically abandon the process and it can cause you some issues with immigration in the future, all that stuff. Should you try to reapply? It's not something that I wanted to risk. So this is the main reason why after graduated, after grinding the summer, after COVID, after all that stuff, I had to stay way longer in the US than I really wanted to. And so I finally got an answer actually in June that my status was approved and that I could finally leave the country and do all that stuff. But the thing is that the approval that I got was not for a long time, and I needed to go back to my country to do some other immigration stuff anyway, so I went back. And this is why I actually chose to not scale my business, because the main thing that I wanted to do was to go back to the US for Q4 and actually start and actually do FBM a lot during Q4, all that stuff, to be able to scale my business. Now, the reason I chose to not do this is because when you actually run a business, this is the lesson that I want you to take from this specific video. When you run a business such as this one, and that you try to optimize for freedom, it actually gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. And you can exercise this freedom by either working super hard and doing the most you can to actually scale like crazy right now and make as much money as you can right now, or to do a lot of other stuff. And the reason why I actually chose to not go back during Q4 is because it was the first time that I was finally able to spend time with my family during the holidays, see my family, and I wanted to experience that a little bit more. And especially because, especially with my little cousins, all that stuff that I was not able to see them grow all the time, all the things that I missed for the stuff that, because of course all those sacrifices paid, because today I have a successful Amazon business. I have a successful Amazon business. I can pretty much do whatever I want. All those sacrifices paid. But and this is really what I want you to get from this video. I really wanted to experience that, to be able to spend more time with my family and with the people that I love a little bit more, and go back to the US later. It's fine, because there's always going to be a next Q4. There's always going to be a next time that you are going to be able to scale your business. But one day, your family members will be busy, and especially the kids, okay? And if you have little brothers, little sisters, little cousins, because in our cultures, our cousins are like our brothers, so brothers and sisters. But like, they are going to grow up, and they are sooner than you think, they are going to have jobs, they are going to have all that stuff, and you are like, all that time that you could have spent with them is not going to be available anymore. And so you are going to see them once in a while, once a month, once every 2 months when you come back. And so this is why, and especially if you have kids, it's even more important, because you do not want to miss those moments. You do not necessarily need to aim for scaling as much as you can all the time. Okay, the main reason why I actually decided to take a break, leave my business on maintenance mode, is because I wanted to finally enjoy my life a little bit, to then go back super hard. I went hard on everything for 5 to 6, and it wasn't just Amazon FBA, okay? There was a lot of other things, and as someone that is not American, since I was in the US, there was a lot of challenge, which we may talk about in a future video. But for 5 to 6 years, I was in a season of my life where I was grinding every single day. I did not take a lot of day offs, okay? And most of the time, I'm still working. By the way, I'm still working daily, but way less. I'm able to see my family, all that stuff. And by the way, me saying that, I'm not doing it as hard as I was doing when I was in the US, and I'm starting to enjoy a little bit. I'm pretty sure that I still work harder than 95% of you, because I still have this YouTube channel, I still have other hustles, I'm still working, but for me it's really relaxing. But this is the main reason, and I'm really taking time. If you follow me on Instagram, by the way, it shows up from time to time right there, all that stuff. You see that I'm really trying to enjoy a little bit, and travel to a lot of places, because yes, right now I'm traveling a lot, all that stuff. And there's always that next Q4, and after there are seasons in life, and it's not always the season to scale. And this is what I realized, especially this summer. And this is why I decided to put my business in maintenance mode, because I can do it. I do not have to source a lot. I can take care of other business, try to grow the stuff, and actually spend time with my family, because I do not know when I actually go back to the US. I'm going to try, of course, to come back, every 3 months, every 6 months at most. But I really started realizing that the time that I have with my family, the time that I have left until I eventually pass away in the future, is really limited because of the time that I cannot necessarily spend close to them, and because everybody is busy. So I'm trying to really take advantage of the time that I have here, to, even if I'm spending a little bit more time, even if I did not go back for Q4, it's okay. My business is on maintenance. I'm trying to enjoy a little bit, because whenever I'm going to go back to grinding mode, is going to be grinding mode, and there's not going to be any of that stuff left, right? So this is the main reason why I decided not to scale right now, but it is going to come. There's always another Q4. I do not necessarily need to wait Q4 to actually scale. I can enjoy a little bit, a few more weeks, 1 more month, 2 more months, and then go back and then actually try to scale. So this is my story, and once again, I'm only telling you my story in part. There's a lot of other stuff that plays into it, but this is the main reason why I decided and to not scale my business right now. And this is the main reason, the main thing that I want you to get from this specific video, is that you may have kids, you may have family members, you may have brothers and sisters, you may have cousins, and so there's always that next Q4. You do not have to work 16 hours a day every single day to actually be successful. You can take some time, and you should take some time to appreciate life, just like I do right now. Spend time with your family, spend time traveling, especially since, of course, I'm making more money than I used to. Okay, and so I really have the opportunity to travel, to see the world. I've been to a couple of countries yet. I'm going to other countries, and I'll tell you exactly where I go. If you really want to know, you can follow me on Instagram, you'll see. But yeah, I'm really taking this opportunity, and I think that, it's not always about scaling. But here's the thing. When it is about scaling, when you are in scaling season, this is where you should go hard. And I was talking about creativity in the previous videos, and you need to live those moments to actually have something that actually drives you to work. Because if you work for nothing, and life just start being meaningless. And so this is why I believe that you should take time to live a little, but whenever it's time to work, it should be time to work. And this time is not right now for me, and it's going to come back pretty soon. So and this will be, it's going to be real scaling season so at that moment, and this is going to be the time to push to 7 figures. That's pretty much it for today's video. This is something that I wanted to share with you. Just know there's season in life, and you just need to realize, you just need to understand in which season you are yourself, to be able to actually know what you should do. And you need those winters in which you take some rest, because just as, I think this is a quote from Tai Lopez, there's a reason why there's season, and there's a reason why, because if you are a farmer, you may think that, you should plan, like it would be better if you actually were able to harvest everything all the time. But you need to realize that even the earth, even the land needs to rest. And it's actually a good thing when it snows, because when the snows actually cover the land, it's actually when the land actually recharges in nitrogen, which is needed to grow plant, right? And so those winters are needed, and this is the time that you need to take to explore your interest, to actually spend time to learn some stuff, to explore different things. Because whenever it's grinding mode, whenever it's that time of the year where you actually need to harvest, you're gonna need to work long hours, right? And so running a business such as this one gives you the opportunity to choose, to choose those seasons, and choose if this year you really want to go hard, or if you want to, take your time and enjoy something else. This is something that I chose to do this year, and next year is going to be different. So the beginning of 2024, this is what it's going to be about. 2025, we're going above 7 figures, and we're doing multiple 7 figures, hopefully. So This is the goal, and I hope that you actually got something, that you got the message that I tried to share with you in this video, because it's not really about me, but it's really about that lesson that I hope I was able to transmit to you. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, leave a like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new video about selling on Amazon. Thank you for watching.